Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel, Alicia. There are a couple of things that I wanted to show off a little bit just because I can. First off, I did get a couple more of these bandanas. I got a white with sunflowers and then black with white daisies because this one especially will work really well with the dress that I have. Partly why I got this. And then also this one might be fun for Halloween-y time. Just like color-wise, you know? One day maybe I'll be able to make these for myself. I do want like a more Halloween-y one because that would be really fun. And then I kind of felt like strawberries in this video, mainly because of my bandana and also something that came for me recently. I love these. I love strawberries. They're one of my favorite fruits, if not my top favorite fruit. This is gonna be really fun. So I got this, and then I got these in red. The red ones are definitely more sunglasses-esque, if that makes sense. These are a little bit harder to see in. These are gonna be so fun, and I have a little strawberry like skirt that I now kind of want to wear to Universal, and I have like a whole outfit planned. I just need to finalize a shirt decision, and I will be wearing it the next time I go to Universal, which hopefully will be in a couple of weeks. I got the pair because I wanted to see which one would work best with the skirt, but you know, I have a whole outfit planned basically. For the point of this video, why I'm doing this video, it's a reading vlog, specifically one to kind of get rid of some of the books, or finish up some of the books I should say, that are on my currently reading pile. And this is something I've been wanting to do for a while because I kind of want to start paring back the number of books I'm reading. I'm currently reading 3, which I'll talk about in a little bit. Another part of the incentive for this video was the fact that I went to Barnes & Noble recently and I got 3 more books. So the first book that I got was Hotel Magnifique by Emily J. Taylor. The main reason why I got this was partially the title and also the cover. Like, this cover is really pretty, some of my favorite colors. The next 2 books are adding to my manga collection, and they're both omnibus style books, manga. The first one is Fruits Basket, the collector's edition volume 1 by Natsuki Takaya. I absolutely loved the manga when I read it. I really liked the anime, although there were some issues that I felt with the anime. I still need to watch the revamp, but I read the manga years ago before I really started using Goodreads. I decided to get collector's edition, the first volume. Weirdly enough, I did want to get the second volume, but Barnes & Noble did not have the second volume, which is something I've been noticing for these like bigger omnibus style collector's editions of manga, is that they'll have like volume 1 and then volume 3. And then maybe like a couple of later volumes, but they won't have like consecutive volumes between like 1 and then whatever it is. It's always like 1 and then 3. So I just decided to go for the first volume. And then the last one I got was the omnibus of Inuyasha, the first one, which is volumes 1 through 3. This is one that I started a while back, but I never finished it, although I have watched all of the anime. And I have started reading Yashahime, Half Demon Princess, which is the sequel to Inuyasha. So I figured because I started that, I might as well start building up my Inuyasha collection. Again, this was another situation similarly to Fruits Basket, where they had the first volume and then volume 3, and then I think they had like volume 6 and 12 for these omnibus editions, which is kind of weird. And I'm also happy that I did get these 2 volumes because I have been wanting to build my manga collection back up. It wasn't a lot when I was younger, but like I have been wanting to build my manga collection back up. I think, however, I will do a reaction video when I read this and Fruits Basket, because I feel like this would be a good one to react to as well. So that was my little Barnes & Noble haul. Now let's talk about the books that I am currently reading. So first up on my currently reading list is The Book Eaters by Sunyi Dean, and I am 80 pages into it. I'm about to start chapter 10, and so far it's going really well. I am enjoying the story. I can't really say I'm not liking it. I am enjoying it. I am liking it enough to be continuing. It's not necessarily like a full enjoyment, falling head over heels in love with the story, but it is a really interesting read. There have been a couple plots that I'm kind of guessing where things are going. I haven't been able to guess at everything, and I really try not to, but there's one specific plot line that's started to develop and that we're starting to get a look at with where I'm at in the book, as I said, 80 pages in, that I think I know where it's going, but I'm trying not to focus too much on that because I want to continue with this book with as little expectations as possible. The second book that I'm reading is The First Ladies by Marie Benedict and Victoria Christopher Murray, and this is set during the time of the civil rights in the United States. And this book basically focuses on the relationship between a black female activist named Mary McLeod Bethune. I always want to say Bethune, but it's Bethune, and then Eleanor Roosevelt, the wife of Franklin D. Roosevelt. Oh, I didn't even realize that was a face. Okay. And then last but not least, I am reading Black Cake, a novel by Charmaine Wilkerson. In present-day California, Eleanor Bennett's death leaves behind a puzzling inheritance for her two children, Byron and Benny, a traditional Caribbean black cake made from a family recipe with a long history and a voice recording. If with any of these books you want to look into more of the synopsises or other reviews, go for it. I have been reading these books mostly blind. I don't know why I was still holding that. These are the books I'm reading. Since I mentioned page number for the Book Eaters, for The First Ladies, I am 48 pages in and about to start chapter 9. And with Black Cake, I'm 85 pages in, and these chapters are not numbered. And I had started this book as an audiobook through the Libby app. Both of the times that I was listening to it, I had quick skip the line loans where you can only borrow the book for 7 days and then you have to return it. You can't renew it. And this book, as you can tell, was available in Book of the Month, so I just decided to get it and continue it as a physical book. I'm going to try to have this video be over the course of a week because I want to give myself time to get through a good chunk of these books and then maybe decide if I'm going to DNF any of them or continue any of them. The point of this video, DNF 1 or 2 of these books if I feel like I need to. Try to get through a good chunk of at least all of them. So, bit of an update. I've decided to DNF The Book Eaters by Sunyi Dean. I got just past 100 pages to page 102 with the start of chapter 13. And while I was enjoying this book, I wasn't necessarily invested in it, if that makes sense. I wasn't fully invested in it. First DNF of the video, The Book Eaters by Sunyi Dean. This is going to be the final update because I have finished The First Ladies by Marie Benedict and Victoria Christopher Murray and Black Cake by Charmaine Wilkerson. I really enjoyed both of these books. They were really fun to read. I probably preferred Black Cake over The First Ladies, and that's mainly because like this is a very politics centered book, which is perfectly fine, and it's definitely something that I could read more of, especially in fiction. It's politics that I find interesting, like the civil rights movement, women's suffrage, etc. So it's definitely an area of politics that I find interesting. So as I said, I definitely preferred this book, and I feel like, for me at least, this book had way more emotional interest for me and just overall interest. This is a book that I would consider historical fiction because we do get a dual timeline. I just found this a little bit more interesting and a little bit easier to get into. This is something that I will probably be recommending to everyone to at least try to read, because it definitely is something that should be read and something that more people should have on their shelves, because I do not hear enough people talking about this book. So to kind of round up this video, I do have a couple more books. I have the second volume of the Fruits Basket Collector's Edition, and then the second volume of the Inuyasha Omnibus Edition, just because, as I said at the beginning of this video, Barnes & Noble usually doesn't have the second editions. I have never seen them have this, like, no matter how early I go, no matter how close to opening time I go, they never have the second volumes of like these omnibus collector's editions. I may be checking out Barnes & Noble soon, so I may get the third volumes of these guys. I'm not sure right now. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for my next video.